Are you supersizing your business by the skin of your teeth? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and our idiom, our expression today is an ancient one. It is from the Bible, of course, as so many are this month, as we're focusing on spiritual well-being related idioms. Well, I don't know if it's well-being, but spiritual idioms anyway. Some of them are focused for the annual challenge, the BU 365-day challenge. Do one thing every day that improves us is spiritual well-being, our spiritual area and aspect of our life. So I'm using that as the theme for and tying that into our businesses. Because guess what? If our spirit and our soul isn't in our business is hollow, right? At least in my opinion, it is. So what does this idiom mean? Where did it come from? How can we use it to build and grow and supersize our business? I noticed that yesterday's idiom was straight and narrow, and today's is by the skin of our teeth. And by the skin of our teeth means that we just barely succeed at something. We have a very narrow margin, and we just barely scraped by. It comes from the book of Job, the Bible. It was translated in 1560 by the Geneva Bible into English, but prior to that, it dates back to the book of Job in the Bible, and Job chapter, I think it was verse 20, chapter 19, and he's talking about his illness. He's all skin and bones, and he's super duper sick, and he says, I'm going to look actually and read this. My bone clings to my skin and to my flesh, and I have escaped by the skin of my teeth, meaning he's escaped death by the skin of his teeth, by a super duper narrow margin. He's barely hanging on. You know that film on your teeth in the morning when you first wake up before you brush your teeth? To me, that's like the skin on your teeth. I don't know. So how does this impact our business? My question for you today, and for myself, obviously, because I'm thinking of narrow margins and straight and narrow and following the rules and things, I think that since I keep picking idioms along that line, there's a message for me in there. I always think that things happen for a reason. So I'm going to listen to my intuition today as I go about my day and think, okay, what does this message mean for me? Maybe I need to be more focused. Maybe I need to stop doing something that I'm doing because it's diverting my energy in a direction I don't want it to go. So how can you look at this idiom and think about your business? A lot of times when we are only succeeding by a narrow margin, it's because there's areas of our business that we're not looking at. When we barely get by, barely pass a safety inspection or a regulatory inspection or an audit, when we're just barely getting by, we know that we can be doing better, right? In any area or aspect of our life. I think of audits in my past life and my corporate life where we just squeaked by. You know, we didn't get any really big problems or red flags, but we know behind the scenes, there's things that we were just kind of coding over and not doing the best job possible on. I'm not talking about food safety audits because to me, we always went way the extra mile to make sure that we were far beyond the regulations because people are consuming our products. We always want to make sure that they're safe. But I'm talking about like when we had the AIB in one of my jobs, I worked for a giant industrial bakery, and we had AIB audits, and it was such a big bakery. There were things that we knew we could do better, but we would clean up and fix and scrape by for the audits. And then we would go back in and fix those things in a more permanent way. It's called continuous improvement. So the cool thing I love most about owning my own business is I get to control the margins. I get to control everything about my business, as do you. You can set it up so that your margins in your business are not narrow, so that you're not just scraping by. You're not just, getting by the skin on your teeth and starving. You're setting things up for success. You're offering people solutions that are valuable enough to them that they will pay you enough to continue to offer those solutions to them. We do our homework. We do our research before we get involved in situations that might be too risky for us or for what we're doing with our business. We listen to our gut and our intuition. One of my friends said she saw a snake on her walk yesterday on social media. And I'm like, every time I see a snake or have seen a snake on my walks, it means that I need to go back, listen to my intuition, and look at something in my life, because something in my life isn't matching what I think it is or I believe it is. So if I see a snake in the grass, I literally know that there's something in my life that is being deceptive, or someone in my life that's being deceptive. I've only seen snakes in the grass a few times, but every time when I've asked myself that question and looked, I've found the mismatch in terms of what I thought something was and what it actually was and save myself a lot of heartache. So curious, I think last time I talked about this idiom was Christmas Eve of 2019, which is interesting. I don't usually go back and watch my videos, but I popped in on this one because like, oh, I had COVID then. I didn't know it was COVID at the time, but after the fact, I knew that it was. And I realized I could still talk, but I had like a nasty cough. And the next day is the only day in the last couple of years that I've actually missed making videos because I couldn't get off the couch or out of the bathroom even long enough to make my videos that day. So but I got by the skin of my teeth. I only missed one day. So I thought that was pretty good because I was definitely sick for an extended period of time. I still think that some of the coughs and the colds and stuff I get are like remnants of that because it just never went away, the cloggy throat and things. But I still got by the skin of my teeth, and I'm still here talking today. I've had a lot of near misses where I've I had a sudden cardiac arrest in 2010, and I'm still here talking. So obviously, I've had several by the skin of my teeth or near miss things happen in my life, yet I still continue to move forward. That's all we can do, and that's what we need to do as we're building and growing and supersizing our business. So I guess my biggest message today is if you feel like you're getting by in your business as you're growing it by the skin of your teeth, there will be times that happens, that we just get by. But if that is the overall theme of your business, it's time to shore up, do a self-audit, and ask yourself questions. Why is this happening? Why has it happened, repeatedly? And what are we going to do to put things in place so that we're not just barely getting by, so that we have large margins, especially large profit margins, right? If we're not doing something profitable, why are we doing it? Unless we're doing it for charity. We need to set ourselves up for success. And it's our business. We get to decide what our offers are, who we're working with, who our customers are. Maybe it's a time where we need to up level the people that we serve, or the offers that we're making, or the prices that we're charging for things. Right now is a huge time, at least here in America, of inflation. And I always struggled with these in the past with my offline businesses, is raising prices during inflation or when gas prices were high, etc. People would just add gas surcharges. And as a customer, it's super duper annoying. Why not just put that in your price? I just saw an article about a restaurant that was having a 20% upcharge to the bill for expenses to the business, covering insurance and something else for their staff. Well, put that in the price of your product and on your menu so that it doesn't insult people, because we all want people to be paid fairly. But if you spread it out over the prices of your items, it's less painful to us and other people, at least in my opinion. I think there's different ways of presenting things. People know prices are going up. We're whining about grocery prices and gas prices every day. But we need to find a way to make that palatable to the people that we serve as well. All right, that's all I have today. Have an awesome Easter. It happens to be Easter Sunday here. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another spiritual-related idiom for the rest of this month. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, have a great holiday.